Howdy, music fans. Thanks for joining me today. It's been a little bit crazy here in Seattle. We had on Friday night, this is Monday evening. On Friday night, we had basically a winter's worth of snow. Um, it was insane, and now it's almost gone. It's, I mean, the most amount of snow in the least amount of time, and it got out of here quick. It was fun while it lasted, and it was so gone that I got to drive down to Tacoma and Olympia today and then back to Seattle. Spent a lot of time in the car to go to a couple of record stores. So I'm going to show you what I found. All right. Irma Thomas, Time is on My Side, a Kent collection. Kent always does real nice stuff. And of course, I love Time is on My Side. Nice to have the original with a collection of other stuff. I, as usual, brought my CD player with me and listened to a bunch of this, and it was fantastic. This is from High Voltage Records in Tacoma, the first pile. Finally picked up this Bob Seger Live Bullet. I have the other one, Nine Tonight, I think it is, or I don't remember what the other live one is that I like. But I liked this one as a kid too. It had Ramblin' Man and Ramblin' Gamblin' Man and Nutbush City Limits, Ike and Tina Turner, and Travelin' Man. Yeah, that's it. And then he does Get Out of Denver and Let It Rock. This is a pretty great CD as well. Been really getting into Marty Stewart lately, so I couldn't hold up on this. This is one I didn't have, Love and Luck. Not the greatest title, but I listened to some of it, and it's pretty rocking, pretty great. Um, yeah, so I got that one, and then I got this one, Marty Stewart, and his fabulous superlatives. You got to have the fabulous superlatives. Saturday night, Sunday morning. Ralph Stanley did an album called Saturday Night, Sunday Morning, and I listened to just a little bit before I was like, okay, this kicks ass. This is great. $5 for two CDs. I'm definitely gonna get it, and I'm like I say, I'm really into Marty Stewart. I saw him open for John Prine on New Year's Eve 2019 in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry, and the Secret Sisters were there, and Margot Price was a guest, and Kurt Weill and Kelsey Walden were guests, and God. But anyway, these guys were incredible. The great Kenny Vaughan is in that band, who's played with Lucinda Williams. Okay, then I found this 7 classic albums plus bonus singles of Flatt and Scruggs, 4 CDs for $13. I couldn't pass that up. I'm sure there's probably some overlap with my Bear Family set, but depending on the time, there might not be any overlap. But I just thought I couldn't pass this up. And then I got one of the used. We don't find these new used Neil Youngs very often. You find Neil Young used all the time, tons and tons of it, especially later stuff. But they had a ton of stuff, including Live at the Cellar Door, which I don't have. So I picked this up because you don't usually find this used. And then they had Hitchhiker, which I don't have, and so I picked that up used. Like I say, I don't usually see some of the Neil Young that I want to get used, that I don't already have. And then I got this Leon Russell live in Japan. I listened to a little bit of it. It kind of kicks ass. Sounds a little bit like Delaney and Bonnie and Delaney with Eric Clapton kind of sound, and Bobby Whitlock and that kind of thing. Big sound. And these guys, Sweet Sunny South, Wild and Swingin', never heard of before. It's on the back. It says bluegrass, old time, anytime, and they are rocking. Really good, fun stuff. Bluegrass and old time, anytime. Really great. Very happy to discover them. Speaking of discovering, I've known Sue Foley for quite some time. I've known of her. I think I did meet her actually when I first saw her in a little bar in Baltimore many years ago, probably in the late '80s or early '90s. And I was impressed by her. I liked her, but I haven't really followed up with her through the years. I've had one or two of her CDs over there. This Peter Carp Sue Foley I listened to in the store, and I was blown away. It is rocking, really rocking. Not just blues, but some real rocking stuff. It's on Blind Pig Records. I don't know who this Peter Carp guy is. I will read this and find out who he is, but really cool stuff. And then I'm not a big U2 fan, but I like Joshua Tree, and I thought I should, when I find that a good copy of that in the dollar section, I'll get it. And I found a good copy of it in the dollar section. I have seen more beat up copies in the dollar section or other stores before, but This is nice. And this, I don't know why I bought, because I probably have everything on it. I might not, but anyway, Graham Parker, No Holding Back, 3 CD box set. I'll do probably, when I do my Graham Parker video, I'll show this more. But, and I think this does have things on it I don't have, but I looked it up on Amazon and it was selling, well, it was posted for like 152 bucks, and I thought, well, 20 bucks, and I like Graham Parker, and I've never ever seen this, didn't know it existed. So I thought, what the hell, I'll get it. The only letdown of the day for that store was I found this Johnny Rivers 2 CD set, the Rhino collection. And I thought, man, if that's 10 bucks or less, I'm getting it. And I pulled it out and it was 8 bucks. And then I opened it up and there were no CDs. And I thought, well, maybe they keep them behind the counter for some reason. This collection only. They didn't. Some jerk stole the CDs or something. So that sucks. So I never got the Johnny Rivers, which I really would have liked to have had that Rhino set. Because I think I saw it at another store a little while back and it was like 15 bucks. Anyway, the next store I went to was called Rainy Day Records. I've never been to that one ever. And I did a video tour of both these stores, by the way, those will post. So I went to Rainy Day Records in Olympia, Washington. Never been there before, and what a treat! What a treat! What a treat! I got this here. I'll start with dollar CDs. I got this John Cougar The Collection, and it's funny. It's called The Collection, and every single song on there is a song I've never heard, never even heard of. John Cougar has several early albums like Nothing Matters and What If It Did, and I forget God, I forget the other ones, but before American Fool and before and before Scarecrow, he had 3 or 4 albums out. And I'd never seen this, and I listened to a little bit of it, and I thought, well, for $1, I'm going to give this a shot, because I used to be a big fan. I love the album and I like Scarecrow and American Fool as well. Anyway, then I listened to these guys, Badlands, Trampled Underfoot. I don't know if the band is Badlands or the band is Trampled Underfoot, but my goodness, this has a female singer, and they are rocking, kind of funky rocking, a little bit bluesy, I guess. Some people would categorize that, for lack of a better word, but it just looked cool, and I listened to it, and I was jamming, man. I thought this was really cool. So very funky, very rocking. I'm going to expect there'll be a couple blues songs and some swingy songs and probably some rock and roll songs, but yeah, this was really kick-ass. Big sound. And then these guys, the Mavericks, I got this for $1. I thought, I'll give them a try. It's the definitive collection. It's got, 20 songs of theirs. For $1, I'll give it a shot. They're pretty much straight honky-tonk country. And then I got this to throw onto the pile for the prizes for the contest. Jimmy Cliff soundtrack to The Harder They Come, which of course has several other bands, and I've shown this in a video before. This should be in every single person on the planet's CD collection. It is one of the best albums ever made. Next, another Marty Stewart, the Marty Party Hit Pack, and it was $1. I'm guessing it's a collection, but and I recently got a 3 CD collection of his and a 2 CD collection of his later stuff. So I don't know if this is some overlap, but I thought for $1 I'll give it a shot. All right, now these are not that's not $1. This is $1. This is Bobby Bear Jr. Bootay. And he's a Bloodshot artist, Bobby Bear's son, and I like some of his stuff. Okay, he sounds a little bit like Kevin Kinney to me, who also was in Driving and Crying, and then he went solo. Anyway, yeah, I listened to some of it, and I like it. It'll get a listen. And then the Tom Russell Band. I want to like Tom Russell, and I kind of do. I've seen him before with the Monsters of Folk, with Dave Alvin and Chris Smither, and him, and I forget the fourth person. That was on. Dave Alvin, Tom Russell, Chris Smither, Ramblin' Jack Elliott. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I met all of them on that tour. I see some of his stuff, and it's even used. It's a little bit pricier than I want to go getting into him. So I thought for $1, that's a nice introduction. And it's on Philo, which is a good label. They're a Rounder subsidiary. Okay. Next, I used to have this album, and I thought, it was good, and I'm getting back into Van Morrison quite a bit, especially his country and rock stuff and singer-songwriter stuff. Not his weird stuff, but Van Morrison, you win again with Jerry Lee Lewis's younger sister, Linda Gale Lewis. And this is basically a bunch of traditional old country, and I think there's some songs in here he writes. That's another thing I recently discovered. Van Morrison writes a lot of his songs. I didn't know that, and that's kind of what turned me off to him initially, is You know, I always loved Moondance and Tupelo Honey. Those are incredible. Um, but yeah, I didn't realize how much he actually writes. So now I'm getting into him. Picked up this Nils Lofgren, Soft Fun Tough Years, 1971 to 1979, Grin plus solo. So I do have a Grin collection, and I had a Nils Lofgren collection that I didn't like a whole lot, but I thought this has Keith Don't Go, which is about him singing about Keith Richards and his drug problem, and it's got a lot of other great stuff on it. And Going Back is a good one, and I listened to it. Rock and Roll Crook is a good one. I listened to a bit of it, and I thought, I'll get this. I hope it's not a lot of overlap for the Grin CD I have, but if it is, so be it. Carney by Leon Russell. I don't think I have this. I hope I don't have this. I might have a library copy of this where it's in that big plastic case and it's all stickered up from their annual sale. Eliza Gilkison, live from Austin, the Austin City Limits series. She's a fantastic songwriter. Absolutely love her to death, and thought I'd get this. They had a few others of hers, a couple I didn't have, but I just picked up this one. John Hyatt's Riding with the King. I'm pretty positive I do not have this, and I thought, what the heck, I'm gonna try and round out my John Hyatt collection, especially after that John Hyatt video I did recently. And look at this. This is crazy. Martyrs and Madmen, the best of Roger Daltrey. And I was shocked at how good the little bit that I listened to was. It's a Rhino collection for $3, and I'm looking forward to this. I mean, after all, he is a fantastic voice of rock and roll, right? Van Morrison's Down the Road. It's pretty much the same story with the other one. Although I don't think I've ever had this one, but I listened to a little bit of it, and it's pretty rockin'. All right, then I got this Heavy Sugar, the pure essence of New Orleans R&B, and I listened to it because I thought I might get it from my brother, but I didn't realize it's actually more of a rock and roll set, and so it's got a lot of Little Richard and Fats Domino and other people that I don't know, and Huey Smith and the Clowns. Don't You Just Know It? Huey Piano Smith and the Clowns. So this is a really nice set, nice condition, $9, and a lot of great stuff on here. So I decided I'm going to get this for myself. My brother wouldn't really like this anyway. Anyway, speaking of Little Richard, this blew me away. I was just blown away by it. This was a find. This was a find. Sitting there all together in a new arrivals, or maybe it was in the used, it was hard to tell from what it was this, or these. And I took them to the counter. I said, were these part of a box set? Well, they've all got their own UPC, and they're all cutouts. They're all, somebody got them for free, promos. But look at these gorgeous Little Richard albums. They're all Little Richard albums. Later in his career, and I listened to a little bit of one of them and was jamming in the record store, and then I listened to a little bit of another one. I listened to like a bunch of the one and a little bit of another, and I was like, I realize if I buy one of these, there's no way I'm not going to buy all four of them, because just look at how gorgeous these are. I'm not going to go through the booklets. Maybe I'll do a video on these, but boy, just what a find! What a find! Yeah. I'm beside myself with this find. They're $4 a piece. Little Richard, original, beautiful reissue of original albums, reissues of original albums. Absolutely incredible. And I'm assuming these are 70s, probably late 60s or something like that. Anyway, the last thing I found that I bought is another incredible find. And I'll probably do a video on this, so I'm not going to dig into it. But Taj Mahal, the Complete Columbia Albums Collection. 13 CDs for $40. And a little booklet. Look at that monster. Look at that monster. And they had another one of Wilson Pickett that I almost bought. They had one of Aretha Franklin, which I almost bought. That one was $60, and the Wilson Pickett was 25 or something. And they were the exact same kind of deal. Clamshell box set and nice replicas inside of the of all the CDs. So they had a bunch like that. They had one of Kansas and one of maybe Rush or somebody, and a couple of Marvin Gaye that were different editions. And God, they had a bunch of stuff. They might show up in the. I'm sure I got them in the video. And I'm thinking I'm posting those Fridays, I believe. So one will be, High Voltage will post this Friday, and Rainy Day Records will post the next Friday. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and please like, subscribe, and comment. I mentioned my contest because I've got this for the contest for prizes. It's kind of dropped off. I don't know what the third contest. It seems like nobody's too interested in yet. Maybe they're just thinking on it. I don't know. There is still, I mean, there's plenty of time left, but the other ones people did like right away. So I am wondering if that one, if the one on the birth of a movement doesn't interest people as much. But anyway, I'm curious to know what you think, if you think anything about that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.